Hello, hello. We are leaving the gym. I did some posing. So I went to the leg day side of the gym and did some posing. Not a ton, just enough to where it was not counterintuitive, but it doesn't matter. It's legs. They're not legs. It's chest and back. It's my upper day. And arms is my tomorrow. So we're just doing what we got to get absolutely massive. So I've realized that I've got a few years to train to make sure that I get a more developed and well-rounded physique. So it's not too bad right now, but it does need a little more time and a little more effort for me to get where I want to be and not worry about where I'm at. So that is one thing I had to worry about, is just getting a more balanced physique. But that'll take time. That'll take a lot of getting used to over the years of just more training under the belt, because I'm still not very new, but fairly new to just getting better at the gym. So that's okay. We live, we learn. And I do not believe someone who has... So, I'm going to get into a topic that has been bothering me a little bit. Just because you have a great physique does not mean you know how to train. Especially if that physique was started fairly new. Like, you got that physique fairly early in your training. The reason I say that is because there could be many factors of why you have such a great physique. And one of them could be your training philosophy. Yes, that could be great. But if you're between 1 and 2 years, I'd say maybe 3, and you're coaching someone on how to train properly, and you have an amazing physique, like your physique is out of this world, could it be genetics is the reason you have such a great physique? Or is it the way you're trained? It is a combination of both. So, if you're a well-seasoned what's it called? Like a well-seasoned trained individual, like you learned fairly young, you know how to train because of your dad or your mother. Like, you learned because of them. Did they have the greatest physique? Like, not the greatest physique, but the greatest training splits and stuff like that. And then you used those splits and you got big. One of them could have just been your dad's, like your dad's fucking, or your mom's like genetics is what's kicking in. And especially if you start off like not trained at all and then you get severely trained and you have a great physique afterwards, it could just be because of newbie games and you not using your muscle that you were getting from sitting around through puberty. Like, think about it. If you do nothing during puberty, you gain a little bit of muscle. Now, if you train during your adolescence and your puberty stage, most men go through puberty between 13 to fucking 19 is when they go through puberty. Most men continue to have the effects of puberty through 18 to 19 because they started later, or they just their genetics just make them go through it longer. Because let me tell you something. You can tell when someone still is in the later stage of puberty is when they have if their voice didn't drop a few octaves from when they were younger. They have less facial hair. So, yes, these are indicators of you still going through puberty. Facial hair is one of the indicators. Is not having it. Like, the ability to not grow it can be a multiple things. But I have a friend, he's just ending his puberty phase. He's just barely ending it, and he's a year older than me. But that's because of his dad went through puberty fairly late too. Like, his voice is drastically dropped an octave, but it took him until almost junior year for it to finally hit that stage. And now he's finally having the ability to grow facial hair. I'm not saying if you can't grow facial hair, you did not go through puberty. No, what I'm saying is if your voice did not drop and you did not gain a ton of muscle, you most likely still did not take advantage, or you are still kind of going through it. For most males, the 19 is when it stops. Some can go up to 21. That's why they say most men don't stop growing until they're 21, because some of them do actually continue to grow bigger. My dad, for instance, he continued to get bigger muscularly when he got older. He did not train. He got more muscular as he got older because of puberty, and it hit him like a truck. Because he went from a fucking good buck 40 at a 5'10" frame. That is tiny. As a small dude, I have nothing to say. I'm a small dude. But when he hit 18 to 21, he went from a felt 140 to a good God 210. Was it all muscle? No. He stopped being as active. But he gained a fuck ton of mass because from those years. And it wasn't just all fat. Because I've seen pictures of him in his felt 210. He was not a small dude. He was not a fat dude. The way he talks about it is he still had his top 4 abs at 200 pounds. That is a crazy fucking statement right there. Because, do I believe him? Somewhat. Am I hoping that happens to me? Hell yeah, dude. Fucking jumping that much weight is cool. Doesn't mean I'm gonna put on a fuck ton of muscle. Hell no. But I am going through the changes that he went through right now. I am actually, from like what I was seeing, from the start of this to the end of this, my shoulders are wider. Like my clavicles are actually wider than what they started out being. And that's because, for some reason, my genetics, the bone I get wider instead of taller. Some people, through their age, get a little taller until they're 21, and that's okay. Like, that's a cool fucking thing. If I got taller, that'd be nice. But no, the genetics I have is to get as wide as I can, and that's okay. Like, that's a good thing, because I go from, like, so because I'm wider than I was at the beginning, larges look a little smaller on me. Not a little, a lot smaller on me than fucking now. Like, now I'm wearing an XL and it doesn't look too bad. It's a little baggy. But if I wear a large, it looks a little small on me. Mediums I can't wear. They're too tight. And I was wearing medium to larges all the fucking time. So, is it me putting on muscle mass, or is it just me getting that genetic predisposition? The reason I'm talking about this is because that is something you have to think about when someone says, I've been training for this amount of years, and they're trying to coach people. Their physique can look fucking incredible. But think about where they started, when they started, and what it looks like. Because genetics can play a huge role in something. Like, I have met people who do not train the most, like, the best, but they do get massive because of genetics. Like, they just respond to training like no other. They respond like crazy. Because they cannot not, like, once they get into the gym, they get excited. They want to keep going. And I love that. I love that for everybody. Is that you can get that much excitement out of physical activity. I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest thing I want it. The reason I'm trying to say this is because if someone who has not that, like, I would suggest a minimum of 5 years. I would say you can coach. I'm not going to say I'm going to coach because I don't even have 5 years under me. I don't even really have one yet. 1 year of consistent training, consistent doing this. That is something I have to think about. Is like, that would be amazing if I could teach and coach people, but I do not have the knowledge yet. Yes, the knowledge is out there, and the knowledge I can share is great, but I will not tell someone how to train and how to diet, because I'm not a dietitian. That is something you have to realize. Most coaches will give you parameters of what some can and kind of can't eat, but they cannot tell you and give you a diet plan, because most of them are not dietitians, they are trainers. To be a dietitian, you have to have a sports physical degree, or a health science degree, or a kinesiology degree. Those are the 3 degrees that I know of that you have to be a dietitian. So, yes, I can give people training advice. I will tell people how I train, and if you don't like the way I train, that's okay. Do something else. But I will not tell you a training plan, because I barely know what my training plan is right now. I'm still figuring it out. So, like, the idea of someone like me giving advice is kind of weird to me. But I'm not going to tell people not to do it. I'm going to say, take most shit with a grain of salt. Take everything that anyone says with a grain of salt. Your coach is one of the people you should be looking at with admiration, because they are taking the time out of their day, not just because they're paying you, but Because most of them truly care about your goals. Like, they do truly care about your goals. And I will never tell someone not to be a coach. Coaching is a great thing. Because it is a selfless act in my mind. Because the reason it's so selfless to me is because you are taking time out of your day to help someone reach their goal. No matter if you were getting paid or not. Like, if someone asked me, and if I got a text from someone, which I have a few, like I've had friends ask me, how does this machine do? What does this do? Hey man, hey, I'm doing this and this. What do you think? And I will take my time out of my day to respond to them and talk to them because they're my friends, and I also care about what they're doing. I care about if they're going to get injured. I care about if they're going to do something stupid. I care. And that's one of the requisites that you need to be a trainer, is you have to care about your clients. You have to care about them. I am not a coach. Coming to me with these questions is cool. But if you have a coach, ask them all these questions and they can give you better, more adequate answers than I can. Because I am still starting out. If you want someone who has the knowledge base, then ask. Most of the time, like most of your people who are like pretty big usually have the knowledge base to help. Even if like most of them don't have that many years of training, they have more years than you. Take their responses, their advice, and try it for a while. Don't outright refuse it, even if you believe you know everything. You don't. Those who think they know everything are not the smartest people. Those who believe they know nothing are usually philosophers. Because if you believe you know nothing, you know to ask questions. You know that just because you might believe you know this, someone might actually know that topic way better than you. And that's okay. Like, I believe I know a little bit more than the average person on frogs. That's because I like them. I like frogs. And I like rocks. So I learn about rocks and shit. I like geodes and I love that shit. But do I believe I know more than a geologist? Fuck no. Do I believe I know more than a veterinarian on frogs? Hell no. You gotta be fucking kidding me if you think I would grab someone who has literally dedicated their life to this and I would believe they know more. I would believe I know more than them. That's why I don't believe I know more than trainers. This is why I also don't believe I know more than coaches. Yes, most of the time, like not most of the time, but some of the time, when a coach tells you something and you know your body, like this is your first time dealing with a coach, and let's say you have a few years of experience training. This coach tells you to do bench press for the first time ever, and you guys are with him, and you tell him, I can't do those, and he says, just do them. They're not that hard. You should also communicate with them and say, I have like a shoulder issue and I can't really do those. They hurt, or I don't feel comfortable doing this. And that's okay. Like, they will have to find a different path. Most of the time, I would suggest start off with machines. Don't do the big three yet. Understand the movement of pushing, pulling, squatting. Like, I was listening to a coach who's like, his first thing with new clients is he wants to know their minimum. Like what they can do, not what they can't do, what they can do. Most of the time, they can do machines. Most of the time, they can do goblet squats. Most of the time, they can't do hinges. Most of the time, they can't do regular squats. But they can do machines, and machines work just fine. You don't need the most fucking gym bro, or the most what's it called, scientific way of training. You just have to get in the gym and train. Me and you are no different, because if we're both in the gym and we're both training, why does it matter who's bigger, who's stronger? Fuck you. Me versus me. Not me versus you, not you versus me, you versus you, me versus me. Because as soon as I start comparing myself to you, or you start comparing yourself to me, your motivation to continue to train and to get better dies. Mine as well. Let's say you just start out at the gym and you're benching more than I've ever fucking lifted in my life. And I'm comparing myself to you. That is the thief of joy. It literally stole my joy. And it's not even it's not your fault. It's my fault for even having that self-conscious idea that I should be better than someone who started. No one is better than anybody in the gym. There's only those who have been there longer. Not better, more experienced. That does not always mean better though. Some people can come into the gym and fucking rep 2 plates on the bench, rep 315 on deadlift. Like, that is a crazy thing I've seen. And that is something that will always suck for me. Because that is an idea that I can't fathom. Because I train so damn hard just for someone to walk in and do it. And that's the thief of joy. What? You just saw that. Like, it hurt me thinking about that. But guess what? That's okay. I can continue to get stronger. I can continue to get bigger. I can continue to succeed in my goals. So be happier is my idea. Is my thought. Be happy. Have a good day.
Hello. Alright. Since I didn't get 2 pose yesterday, we are doing posing on my upper day. Which I asked for calling these uppers. It's just not. I just don't want to say chest and back, because I do a little bit of shoulders at the end, so. Let me get out of, you guys can see the legs. Legs aren't as pumped. They look a little small. But they're still relatively, let me hike these up more. They're still relatively to size. I just need still to get bigger. Yeah. There you go. That's better. I'm not as lean as I want to be sometimes. Some days I got a little bit of water. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I got I'm not training legs. If I stopped, my upper body would dwarf my legs. Cause like that is them without a pump, no blood, didn't train nothing, and they look decent. Like that's not too bad. But then I don't have that X frame yet. There's gonna be many years of training of getting it. But I mean, it's not too bad. They're still. At least my quads go, and then a little bit out. They're not fucking. I just need bigger quads and hamstrings. What I've been talking about for years. So training will be that. So probably put this at the beginning of the video because it looks pretty sick. If I can start the video off this and then car talk and then gym. That'll be cool. Let's do that.
All right. Another nice gym session. That's what we're gonna do.
First set, not bad.
So, yeah, extra 3. It was slowing down a little, so that means it was pretty damn good for around 2 IR, maybe 3, which isn't the greatest thing. You don't want that to be so high. You want it to be at least 1 or 3. That was fun. 140. Fuck. That was good. Okay. We good. We drop. Like what you like. Fucking dying. Jesus. Fucking A. Like, fucking smush the shit out of me. That's okay. It's not that crazy. It is what? A PB'd on flies. So, not that mad. It took a lot of energy to push that much weight, so it's okay. And press railroad these nuts in your mouth. I love this thing. He's so cool to me. How does... Yeah, I don't have any questions today. Not my problem. Fuck. That's so fucking hard today.
That felt good. Rock hard, man. Rep it out. Repeat.
Maybe I was using this machine.
Alright. Four. Ooh.